No, it's one of them in Japan that just keep Kamen Rider or something, and they just keep going. It's because it started as Super Sentai, then we made Power Rangers, but they just kept going.
Oh, so it's still an ongoing
Yeah,
phenomenon in itself.
and then it blew up so big when we just basically copied they shit and then shot our American school scenes.
Hey guys, we're rolling.
We're roll. This is damn. The niggas didn't call me talking about Power Rangers, a lore I'm very familiar with. It's crazy. Yeah, they just copied and pasted that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then we shot American high school scenes, but all that fighting shit, that's Japan shit.
We just copied it right over.
And played it, and we watched it and was like, oh yeah, this is flagrant as fuck, but we was rocking with it.
Okay, so. Hey, what's up, Guan? Bonjour, famille. Bump Jonas here, and I'm chilling with.
Domineko.
Y'all knew it, man. Now, look, we're about to have a sit down at Syke, y'all. Let's get started. So, first of all, I want to thank you so much because I've been on your tail for years to get this interview. And you've been like, nah, bro, not ready. All right, bro, I'm ready. Nah, bro, I'm not ready. So I thank you for sitting down with me, man. But I'm actually glad because now it's the perfect setting, and it actually feels like home and it feels like family because we're connected to a lot of the same people in different ways now.
Community is really built.
You know what I'm saying?
Just on its own, just naturally.
I want to ask you. Well, let's start with the cliche joint. Who is Domineko? What do you do, and why?
So, Dominego is my government and my nickname, Smash in the One.
Okay.
Because I started out rapping as IR Nico.
Okay.
What was that? Cow and Chicken. It was I Am Weasel, IR Baboon.
Oh.
But then, growing up as a black man in America, I couldn't really symbolize myself with a monkey and still be like, I'm out here. It's like, I had to switch it up. So that was probably the safest, handle I could really choose,
That's a fire one, though.
I shared it with a porn star for a while, but I put out enough content that
to outpace
my Google, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He used to be at the top of, you would Google, oh yeah, Domineko, and then be like, oh, this is what you be doing? You know what I'm saying? People would be like,
that's so wild.
Yeah, no, it was tough there for a little bit.
Damn.
But Domineko is a artist through and through. He also is a philanthropist from time to time. He does a lot of behind-the-scenes production and clerical stuff for some of your favorites, I always tell people I'm a die in A&R, so.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. We starting off already. I like that. All right, so then why do you do what you do? Why are you a die in A&R? Why are you an artist?
A real cliche answer would be because I'm a creative, you know what I'm saying, and I always have been.
Okay.
So in some shape or form, I have to create.
Right. You have to.
Whether it's music, I've been trying to write. Think about like what kind of book do I want to write? End up writing. I was like, oh, I want to start a memoir. Maybe I want to do like a journaling and publish and release that, just kind of raw.
Are you
like
a Pisces?
That. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That makes sense.
Damn. See,
I get it.
already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was like, oh, yeah.
You could have just asked the moon and the stars. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh yeah, no, this nigga's sensitive. He's gonna write some great songs. You know what I'm saying?
Some great ballads,
Yeah.
stories, some odes and shit. For the longest time when I first found you, I found you through Instagram and through the network. You had this kind of sad boy energy. So my question is, are you still sad?
I feel like now I'm just very emotionally intelligent at this point.
Ooh, okay. Had some growth and some
some definite growth. At that point, it was I saw whatever that emotion could be, sad, depression, anxiety. I chose to use that as my vehicle or my fuel at that time. You know what I'm saying? So though that may have seemed all I was, it was. It's just that era of
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So that was an aspect of you at that time.
Yeah, so now I know how to, do that and still be, human, feeling, flowing.
Right.
Because
you could easily get lost in that.
Exactly.
lost in the sauce, right?
Definitely got lost in the sauce.
Okay. So you're not sad no more.
Yeah, at times, but nah, generally nah.
Right. Okay. I mean, we all
You
have
know,
our
yeah,
moments, right?
you know what I'm saying? I'm Bill sad, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
we felt that one.
You know what I'm saying?
We
I'm Bill
felt
sad.
that.
Everything's all right until I look in the mail and something they talking about what's overdue? I swear to God, I've been on every, you know what?
I've never met over or do at the same
Yeah.
time. Why? What? Man. Okay. Why rap? And I say that because you can also sing.
Yeah, I croon a little bit.
So why is rap more your prevalent style of choice or vehicle of choice?
I think it's just because, you know, the environment I grew up in, that was just what was prominent. So, you know, easily learned in a sense, you know, because,
Natural. It's just okay.
you know, grew up around like, you know, the Techs, the Poppers, you know, the Landmarks. And then not only that, my dad was a big music head, had like the Towers of CDs.
Oh damn.
You know, we're
Okay.
listening to all those and shit. You know, then eventually, once Lil Wayne started dropping mixtapes, we couldn't hold it in any longer. You
You
know what
had
I'm saying?
to. Yeah.
I heard a million, just, you know,
Ooh.
had to. You know,
Ooh.
you know.
Boy, it came alive. I feel
Yeah.
you. So you mentioned a lot of KC legends. You also mentioned some people that like Lil Wayne, right? And
Yeah.
there's definitely a pattern or a blueprint or approach that people take in terms of getting started.
Yeah.
My question for you is, how did you get started? Like, how did you discover your talent?
I would say like, okay, so like the first kind of songs that I was like really fucking with of mine, we started rapping on, like, it was me and my brother Dwayne. We started rapping on this little MP3 player,
Okay.
right? And it had a mic on there, so we could like play the instrumental in the background, like on the computer, but we would record on the MP3 player.
Okay.
You know, so we
okay.
would create, we call them demos, you know what I'm saying, out of that. So then, like, hearing that, and then, you know, just hearing yourself and being like, hey, you know, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? I think I can do this. But, you know, back then it was like, I think we can do it. But then you learn, like, who really wants, you know, this versus, you know,
Yeah.
who's just having fun. Eventually, I was done having fun. I was like, you know, no, I got a story to tell. You know
So
what I'm
okay,
saying?
what was the catalyst for that? Not necessarily the loss of person, but the realization of intensity and focus.
I think that came from just coming up in the scene, bumping into like, oh man, people like Dutch Newman, JLB Hood, Joey Cool. I can remember like my first open mic. I was there, I performed, and then they performed after me, and then I was like, nah, I'm not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I gotta match that or succeed that type of energy. You know,
So
you know, it's kind of because like it's like a competitive spirit about it. You know what I'm saying?
right, which comes naturally within the culture that is your profession, right? In that
Yeah,
sense, like hip
but-
hop and rap.
But it was more. It was like an awe-inspiring thing too, because you know, at any point in my journey, I could feel like I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do and I'm where I'm supposed to be. But then you see something that triggers something or flips a switch inside you, and you're like, okay, so now I have to add that as well. You know what I'm saying? Or I have to, you know, okay, flair. I don't have flair. Let me add some flair, some razzle dazzle.
You know who you remind me of? If I use anime,
Okay.
what is the? I'm probably gonna Shigaraki. No, I'm mixing anime now.
Okay.
The dude from Naruto's
Okay.
that can't be bothered.
What he do?
He
What's his power?
does the shadow possession jutsu.
Oh yeah, no, cause it's code.
Yeah,
Shikamaru.
Shikamaru. You have that laid back. I don't really want to do this, but if I gotta do it, fuck it. We gonna knock this shit out kind of
Yeah.
energy. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like when you've lived in survival mode for so long, and you finally come to a point where it is what it is. Like you really come to that point of like, you know, it either is or it ain't.
right,
You
and
know?
it's just gonna happen or it don't.
Because
Like,
I've lived through, you know, I lived through Kansas City house parties. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell
that's a
people,
whole era in itself, right? That's a whole era. I missed that era. I got here after that, but I from the day I got here up until now, I still hear stories of just like the KC house party era was a whole thing in itself.
Yeah, because you either
Motherfuckers
either
is lucky
kicking
to
it the
live
whole
out of
night or you kicking it for a little bit. somebody starts screaming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like,
like
hey, let's grab everybody we came with. I think it's time
time.
to vacate. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time to move on. You know what I'm saying?
So, speaking of that, can you talk to me a little bit about what KC politics are? Because that's a common phrase that I hear a lot. And as a transplant, I don't. There's no way that I could fully scope or get the perspective.
Right.
So,
I mean, Casey politics, I feel like, and, this is my opinion, of course. Casey politics, I feel like Casey has this certain entitlement to itself where it feels like it's the only one going through what it's going through. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Those politics are everywhere. When people are like, "Oh, it's a popularity contest," I mean, at the end of the day, you want to be popular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
Or
it
it's
is,
a
yes.
it's a who you know, not what you can do, or what you've seen kind of thing. It's like, I mean, it's all those things at once, but it's just like, find what works for you. You
Get
know,
in that groove and make it
eventually,
work.
if you start falling into like kind of leaning on that or leaning into that, or of why you ain't achieving something or why you haven't accomplished something, I feel like that's when, like, you need to take a step back and, like,
Yeah.
what are you doing this shit
That
for?
sounds like a recipe to be bitter. Or
Bitter
resentful.
resentment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's easy to build that up, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's real easy to build that
Unless
up.
you not, I mean, at that point, they'll put that shit on wax. Put it
Yeah,
in your music.
but see, motherfuckers.
But how do you do that without coming off like you're whining or complaining, all right? Or
Um,
sounding bitter.
I mean, you take accountability for what you haven't done. You speak through your own lens, not through a lens that you feel like, because that politics shit. If you didn't know another motherfucking Casey, you wouldn't worry about politics. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true.
So like you pick that shit up from being outside and seeing things and
That's
seeing
true.
relationships that you have or you don't have. You know what I'm saying?
And that I think you hit the nail on the head is the relationships that you do or don't have.
Mm-hmm.
In that outside looking in perspective can sometimes cause that weird angle.
Yeah, and then now motherfuckers are creating these own little worlds and scenarios where, oh man, so I didn't get on middle of the map this year, but he did. And then that one time I saw them talking at the Black Dolphin.
So now they clicked up, and I'm
yeah,
blackballed.
okay, and but hopefully, like you said, put that on wax, man. Hopefully, he go into the booth. He's like, yeah, I'm the black sheep. Fuck
and,
you.
and let that energy,
And let that translate into something. I ain't gonna say positive, but something lucrative,
right there.
something,
Ooh,
something,
I like
something,
that.
something not negative.
I love it when a wordsmith applies a good word. That was good.
I read a little bit.
A little bit. Write some too here and there. Craziest health trend that you've seen?
Craziest.
Avocado toast, walking backwards. I don't know.
Uh,
Coffee enemas.
what is it? The wrap. The saran wrap on the tummy. The tummy wrap.
Oh yeah.
What is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've seen. That's supposed to like make you over sweat or something
Yeah,
like that.
you know what I'm saying? Like people sell those and it'd be like $45 for saran wrap. You can go get saran wrap and pause.
I thought that's
Yeah.
what they did.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm talking about like the motherfuckers selling that shit to people.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you see shit like that's where I'd be like, yeah, no, we've been on the internet too long. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers then forgot. You know what I'm saying? Your grandma don't got like a junk drawer. You can't open that bitch up and grab a couple plastic bags out that bitch.
Shout out to the junk drawer.
Shout out to
man.
the junk drawer,
Yeah.
for real.
You have really lived, sir. You have really lived. You know about a lot of things.
Yeah, plan to keep on living, man. That's a big reason I had to duck off for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Realign yourself.
Let's talk about that because off camera you mentioned something that I thought was really really interesting. But when I first found you, you had a pretty solid release schedule going. I know you. I believe Liberty Boys was probably like one of the last joints I heard from you, and there may have been something shortly after. But you did take a break, not only from social media, but also from like music in a sense of like, hey, I have this thing or anything like that. So, well, I mean, obviously there was personal reasons, but my question is like, what effect did that have on your music? Was it a good or bad one? Was it because of music that you stepped back, and then why are you back now?
I guess you could say it was an accumulation of all things. I mean, like I was saying prior, really wanted to put 100% into being a father and then getting married shortly after, like coming back home after being in Memphis for a year and in LA for like 8 months, and I was in Washington like 6 months before that, like really traveling for the job I was working, but then coming back home and really wanting to, what is it, get back in the groove, you know what I'm saying? But like, if I'm to grow, then I can't just fit in the same groove. And I was having problems with that, not being able to just turn that Nico on because I'm not the same Nico. So then, in a sense, I would bother everybody who would listen with this. I would say, I just feel like a warrior in a garden, and I don't like being outside. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I'm just
Okay.
twiddling my thumbs, idle hands, as the
Right. You
devil's
didn't fit.
playground.
You didn't feel like you fit. You didn't.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So it's like not even fitting in my own skin in a sense. As far as like how it's affected my music, I guess I really wouldn't know. I haven't really begun to dive into anything creatively outside of an endeavor me and Mab are starting, just kind of
Okay.
taking baby steps, like really that's what I've been doing. I've really been taking baby steps. I've been doing open mics again,
Oh shit.
finding not the same reasons I loved it, but just, finding that love again.
Finding the love
You know what I'm
again.
saying?
I guess. Okay.
Because of course I love it. Of course I want to do it, which is why I'm performing.
Why you
ready
keep
to
coming
release,
back? Why you're back? Okay. Okay.
but I can't keep doing it the same. Because if I would do it the same at this point, it would only hinder the process, hurt other people in the process. You know what I'm saying? Hurt me in the
And
process.
who's
Because
to
I'm
say
trying
that
to.
the results are gonna work the same anyway? Right?
Like it'd be like me trying to make another perfect weekend. Cause like you said, I used to be on like a consistent schedule, and that schedule was called poverty. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was literally just
Bars.
literally, you know what I'm saying? That's eat,
Yeah.
sleep, shit,
Right.
rap. You know what I'm
Good.
saying?
Yeah.
It's like really, like, and I guess that was good. You know what I'm saying? Cause it helped me make a staple to where I can just be like, hey, I'm gonna just take a break. I'm still
Yeah.
talking to people every now
You
and
have that
then.
consistency and that discography built up. That
Yeah.
okay, I can step back. Okay.
And I built actual relationships.
Right,
You know what I'm
absolutely,
saying? So I still
absolutely.
speak to those people, even like, often on bullshit I would speak to you
Yeah,
about some
absolutely.
shit, like
Yeah.
so it's not never like I'm really gone. It's just not what people are used to.
Right.
They're used to seeing
Absolutely.
me out 3-4 times a week.
Now it's
You know what I'm
like
saying?
once every 3-4 months, maybe.
You know,
in a sense,
you
if
know,
that. Okay.
just
Well, if you're doing open mics, that means you doing shows again.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, man. I'll let you, man.
Yeah.
I need to get that Nico out there.
absolutely.
Why? Ooh. At the end of the day, man, here's my question: why is rod wave and emo rap such a thing? So really, what I'm asking is, who's hurting these young niggas, man?
America. Hey, but no, for real. I mean, emo rap. I don't like. It's called emo rap. It's just expression. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Like
okay.
you wouldn't call, like them old blues singers. You wouldn't call that emo.
No.
Emo. You wouldn't call it. It's just the blues.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
You're
just,
right.
it's just a part of life. I feel like when you stick that emo on it, that's kind of really like literally boxing it in.
Oh,
Cause they
I
be
got
like,
you.
he always said, nah, what he found is what works. He found what y'all eating up.
Yeah.
He's like, if I would deter from this even a little bit, it's not gonna be as lucrative as this. Yeah, he's still telling his story in it, but he's found a way to package that and market that. So we gonna stick to that. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got Pinky Dog doing popcorn videos 3 times a
Because
day.
it works.
It works.
All right, look, we
You know.
can't argue with that, man. We're not gonna argue. All right, so, never mind. We're gonna skip that one.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah, no.
okay, no. Actually, no. Hold on. Name a cartoon or a video game that had a super, just a super sad, depressive character that got on your nerves.
Super sad, depressive character. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Kingdom Hearts, and the character's name is Donald Duck because he would never heal my party.
Damn.
Yeah, it took me longer to beat that game than it should because he would never do his job.
Damn, Donald.
As far as anime, shit, sad character in anime. Ooh, that gets on my nerves. Fucking Shinji from Evangelion.
Ooh.
Because he just wouldn't get in the fucking robot. You know how many kids just want to hop into like a powerful suit of armor and just like, that's like, every
Yeah.
kid's dream to, mighty morph. But he was just so sad and he had trauma. We all got trauma. Getting the
damn it,
fucking
man.
robot Shinji. Like, come on, bro.
I just love the way you laid it out. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah, that was an easy one. I thought about that on the way here. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about him on the way here.
So let me make sure I say this right. I was watching Eric Bellinger freestyle, and I didn't realize until maybe 5 or 6 years ago that in the R&B world there's a freestyle essence as well, or practice, right? Not too much different from what I saw from what we do now or what we do. So my question though is, do you think that R&B singers and the way they freestyles, and I'm picking on you because I know that you can sing and croon and you have that approach, do you think that has hurt or helped rap cadences?
Helped.
Okay.
Niggas need melodies.
Okay.
Melodies make things fun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just if you freestyling, you know what I'm saying, you and your boys, kick it off with a melody. Sometimes it's harder to find a flow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People love melodies. That's how we get jingles. Jingles are worth millions, sometimes billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
$1 billion jingle. Now imagine a $1 billion jingle being played at the Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying? $1 trillion jingle.
I wonder if Donald Duck would be sad then. He might heal your party. Maybe. I don't know. This is a kind of it's not a cliche question, but it's one that I've asked a lot of people. It's like a super old school throwback, but
Right.
it's one that I've always wanted to ask you. What's a Domineko type beat? You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like what I mean is like, what's your favorite type beat? Like the one that type of beat comes on and you may not even be in the mood, but you probably gonna end up spitting something.
Simplicity, you know what I'm saying? Not a whole lot going on. I don't like following beats. A lot of time producers will hear me rap a certain way and be like, no, I want this from you. And
Right.
be like, all right, bro, but that's one out of the 36 flows I can do. Let's see what else we can find between me and you. But simplicity, what's the how is it, higher the BPMs or lower the BPMs? Like I like a cadence, something I got room on,
Okay, so you like
not something I necessarily gotta be too technical
so
on.
you like kind of maybe in that middle range where it has a bit of a swing.
Yeah, because I can be technical, but I feel like when I'm writing my technical stuff, like that's like I'm honing in on. That's like almost a project in itself.
Okay.
Because I'm matching and rhyming bars from 3 cadences back, using the same flows versus me having room. I'm just playing with it.
Just going,
and that's some of like my most fun most fun personal music kind of like intersects like what's that, gas in my raw cone. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of room for me to do whatever I want on there. So now it's like, I feel like that's why like songs like that hit and like connect or reach people.
Because of the fact that you can do a little bit more of who you are. You don't have to be less technical.
It's more authentic versus me like, all right, I'm building something that's going to work for this versus like, no, this is just me,
It's not formulaic. It's authentic. It's
you. Literally.
What's the difference between an EP and an album?
Shit, whatever you want it to be, you know, because like, I don't really like the constraints of a song because I like 7-song albums.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I've also listened to 13-song EPs. You know what I'm saying?
So you're a creator is creative. You like.
You know what I'm saying?
You're open minded in that space.
Do some shit I ain't seen before. You know what I'm saying? Or do some shit I've seen before well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or better. You know what I'm saying? Or worse, because I like campy shit too. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
That's why I like the Zach Foxes and the Little B's. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit too.
Little B is crazy. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's all a part of this shit. You can't have one without the other.
That's true. Are you based? Wait, that took you somewhere for a moment.
Yeah, nah. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Growth. You know what I'm saying? Always am, but I'm a different man now. You know what I'm saying? It's
we
in
grown
you,
now.
and you're not on you. You know what I'm saying?
Um, ooh, in an era, I'm just gonna say it like I said it. In an era where everybody and their homegirl and their mama raps, what catches your ear as far as dope lyrics and good rapping?
Hate to sound cliche. Energy.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Good energy. Like, for instance, I remember like the last big thing that caught my ear was what's her name? Tia. You know what I'm saying?
Tierra Whack or
Oh no. She's dope too. But it's like Tia started with a C or something. She did that joint with Duke Deuce.
oh, I gotta
You know what
check
I'm
that out.
saying?
I
Yeah,
haven't heard
nah,
it.
like that just that energy, like she had a bounce to her, you know what I'm saying? Lyrics ain't all that complex, but she really barring
Pulling
out
it
if you
off.
listening to her, you know,
Okay.
like I like stuff like that because I feel like, of course, you gotta give niggas candy before you serve them, you know, the meal.
Right, right.
So, you know, but when you could serve that up, you know, when it's really like digestible like that for even a nigga like me. Cause everybody be like, you know, Nico, you hate everything fun, and just like, no, just this is just some stupid shit. This is some shit I designate stupid. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? If it's stupid, my bad.
You
You know
know
what
what?
I'm saying?
Clearly, this is not stupid shit because we got Nico in the building.
No, we here. You know what I'm saying? This is dope. The
I love it.
dopest dope I ever smoked.
There we go. Come on now.
Mm.
Bars.
Our sodium about to be high than a motherfucker. All this salt I'm sprinkling on this
Bro, look,
motherfucker.
hey, my arm is hurting, man. What is, yeah, see, for real. What does silence sound like to you?
Oh, used to be a big no for me.
Okay.
I always say things like the music's not loud enough. You know what I'm saying? Because like silence is like, well, it used to be like a big, all right, let's look at the list, right? Let's look at the list. What's on the list? And you'd be like, damn, it's overwhelming. And now you're overstimulated. And now you're burnt out. And now you can't do, you know what I'm saying? You get trapped in that. You start spiraling in the silence. But
Yeah.
like, silence should be like reflective. Silence should be like a moment that you take for yourself to see, what's for you, what's going on. You know, a homie of mine that ain't a homie of mine no more. He said some real smart shit one time. He said, "Sometimes you just gotta stay still," and I'll never forget that shit.
I'm not going to move my arm. I'm going to stay still.
I got you. It's a little
That
bit.
was fire. I love it. I love it. That's water gang shit. So, ooh, I got a couple more questions here, but I want to talk about your project. Is it coming out? Is it out? What can we expect in regards to what you have that we hope to hear soon?
Okay, so May 1st, I have a project
Oh, we have a
called
set date.
yeah, May 1st.
Hold on.
Have a project called Right Where You Left Me coming out.
That's hard.
Yeah, it's taken a minute to get this out. I've been kind of holding on to it for a good half a decade for no particular reason. Just trying to find out how I needed to do it. You know, how I needed to release it, and I feel like a lot of what got in the way of it was just doing everything myself again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I gotta email the blogs. I gotta, put it on ASCAP. I gotta,
Yeah.
So like that gets in the way of the actual process
Of
of like creating the
yeah.
world and like, so I like worlds, but like another homie of mine gave me another term he likes to call my albums fever dreams.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? He said your albums sound like fever dreams to
Okay.
me.
Which
So
is
yeah.
it's a world, but it's an
Yeah.
intenser world. It's okay.
I took that to heart and I was like, yeah, no, you know what? No, we're gonna do that forever now.
Oh
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? Like forever I'm trying to create.
Always fever dreams.
Yeah, whether it's like on a perfect weekend, harsh message, or like on a lighter message, or just, no message at all. Just,
Still gonna
engulfing
be
you and immersing you in that space.
this intense experience. For
Yeah.
That. Okay. All right. I fuck with that.
Yeah, I
That's
got a
gonna
lot of
play
good
in well
producers
later.
on it, Cold Red's on there. I even got a beat from 42 Clouds. I saw he did an interview on here.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Kevin came back and gave me one.
How did you go about collecting all of, so I mean, well, first of all, like some of the features that I heard, crazy. Like, okay, I didn't know you knew him. I didn't know you knew them. Which actually shouldn't surprise me that you do because of how ingrained you are in the fabric of the KC culture. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people wouldn't know it, but you're a little bit of you're kind of Kevin Bacon of KC, bro.
You know, adding them trimmers.
Yo, look, this butt lick, bro. Don't go taking over my shit. Yeah. Man. I'm playing. I love it.
Yeah, no, like everybody I work with, like specifically like the people I rap with, like I'm super selective about that. So like everybody you see like me really trade bars with, like those are like homies.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like homies that, you know, I can reach out, and whether it's, you know, I'll pay your fee, whether it's a feature for a feature, you know, whether you owe me one, like no.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Like I like having like a lot of the same people like on my project, because, you know, I feel like, I don't know, like maybe that's like just like a friend thing. There are some people I do see new, but I feel like everybody I want to work with that I haven't worked with, I'm already like reaching out
in some kind of way.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already like, I've already got eyes on like certain rappers now that I'm like, oh, I got this song that needs this feature. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I need a who's the best lady rapper. You know what I'm saying? I got a feature about, you know, relationships. Like I'm always trying to plug and play just so I can work with people and not even establish a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can work. I heard something in you that made me excited, and I'm excited.
Like, let's see if we can do that.
Yeah, you know, like I love that.
Just the experience of working with people.
Iron meeting iron kind of thing, you know?
Ooh. Kind of off tangent. Shout out to Hoodoo Food Review, Epitome KC. He had a post the top 5 anime. What would be your top 5 anime?
Oh shit. Okay. So obviously we got to throw like Yu Yu Hakusho. That's probably gonna be number 1. But here's the thing with mine. So Yu Yu Hakusho and Cowboy Bebop, depending on how the year starts, I'll say they're interchangeable. But you use the GOAT. Best protagonist ever. So that's 2. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Foolie Cooley, the original one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make my albums based off animes like that. You know what I'm saying? 6 episodes, told a story, got in, got out. Generational. We still remember it. They're making more. You know what I'm saying? I like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like y'all didn't even have to try so hard. Y'all just it was very authentic. It was his own thing.
Popped in, did his thing, and popped out. Okay.
And number 5, man, I don't know, man. It always gets tricky because I like so much shit, you know, and I've watched so much shit.
That's why I was like, I gotta ask him this one because
I think I'm gonna just stop at 4. I don't want to be too controversial.
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, make sure y'all tag him in the clip for that 5th one. We need that 5th one.
Hey,
look, you'll fuck around, put that on the deluxe album, like unlock the 5th.
And by the way, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so how many songs are you putting on here on this?
So it's 11, but technically 12.
Ooh,
you know,
okay.
Yeah, because I got like a double track on there and like you know, kind of like it flows into another thing. You know,
so some Easter egg, little mystery bonus track of sorts.
I can't remember if I made like a odd number track album. So that was kind of a driving force, helped me chisel away at it.
Yeah, okay.
Little shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's why
like
you're an artist in that sense, bro. Almost like a Kendrick. Like, that's probably too big of a...
Nah,
right?
I get that a lot. I get that a
Yeah.
lot, bro. I get that. I get all Black Hippie. My brother the other day was like, so you rap like Black Hippie. Because, you know, I let him hear the album. You know, I always get that. I mean, but that's just, you know, a nigga point of reference. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think what it is, and okay, so one thing I always do is like to stop and give people their flowers. And for you, well, for me, directly, personally, it's just that you're just a genuine dude. You've always, like, you were one of the first people when it comes to the social media or the music scene that I came across. And as soon as we started interacting, you were just like, yeah, what's up, bro? And the jokes flowed, the energy flowed, right? And then to then catch it in the physical, it's like, okay, no, this dude is really, like, he portrays, you know what I mean?
I am.
The other part is, as I've gotten to know you, I think you deserve your flowers. I know you deserve your flowers because you are sort of an unsung hero in the fabric of KC. They're a connector of things, and you're also a tastemaker. You know what I mean? Like, you have a benchmark and a barometer of what sounds good. You know,
I can accept that. I can accept that.
And you push that. You make sure, like, nah, bro, this is whack. Nah, I'm not fucking with that. So, and we
honest.
need that.
Honesty.
Yeah, and
You know what I'm saying?
that authenticity that you present of who you are and where you are and what's good and what's not good to you, we need that, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate you, bro. You know, everybody don't gotta fuck with everybody, but at the same time, we could be copacetic. We could be cordial.
Exactly. I can. You could tell me nicely that my shit sucks, and I'll be like, all right, well, fuck it then. We're gonna do something else. So I'm gonna keep doing it, just knowing that Nico thinks my shit sucks, but it's it's okay.
Yeah. We're gonna keep it pushing.
We need that voice though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what I really appreciate about you.
Niggas is too friendly. It's bad for the league.
I'm sorry. Like, just laugh right dead ass at the mic. All right, so, what age is too old to rap? Or at what age should you start thinking about adjusting your subject matter?
Man, I hate the ageism question a lot because I be slapping the fuck out of Pete and Bass from the UK. I don't know if you know them old ass niggas.
No, but I already do it. It
You know
sounds
them-
like some
you know
wild
them,
shit.
Bro, after we leave here, soon the camera's off, I'm gonna put you on Pete and Bass.
Is that them two old cats that be?
They two old niggas,
Oh,
man.
they get
They are
nasty.
nasty.
Yes, yeah.
I'm waiting for a Griselda feature
Yeah,
because they be on the same type of.
I think they
Like,
could actually outdo.
yeah, you see, you fucking with the bitch.
They put the grease on the fish and chips over there, man.
I'm trying to
Okay.
tell you,
Pete and Bass. I didn't know their names. I just know,
we locked in now.
bro, them off. Okay.
I'm trying to, so that's why I hate the question because at any moment you could kick your shit. Don Cornelius was on Soul Train to what, in his 70s? You know what I'm saying? Still hip, still in the now, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what a motherfucker gonna like. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's gonna make you pop. You never know what's gonna pop. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers didn't think, what was it, Rebecca Friday? Remember how big that was for like
Who the fuck is that?
2 days? You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know who that is. So I gotta look that up.
It was just one of the many of Flight of Fancy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Your
what I'm
word
saying.
choice is impeccable, bro.
Just keep doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Keep creating because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You might think you supposed to, really be doing some music shit, but you really like, filming. You know what I'm saying? Now, the little music shit you do is the soundtrack to your film shit.
And boom.
And boom. You know what I'm saying? That's all you was looking for. You was the piece that you needed. You know what I'm saying?
This motherfucker, bro, you on some monk shit, bro.
I be telling niggas, bro,
Sage
I just
type
be
shit,
talking. I really just be talking. And niggas just be laughing, or they be just doing like the
But
You know what I'm
key,
saying?
like, bro, chiseling out some gems over there, man.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I was just raised right.
Never mind, we going. Okay. Couple more joints here, bro.
No problem.
Ooh. What is this one's definitely a cliche question, especially for you, but
Sorry.
what is the KC sound? And I want to kind of like focus in on the fact that in the time you've been away and now that you've come back, the Metro KC may or may not have expanded on your per your perspective. Because I mean, you know, there's Blue Springs, you have the city itself, right? Midtown, all those other areas, but you also have Shawnee Mission, Olathe, Overland Park.
Right.
What is the KC sound?
So I feel like Kansas City is one of those places that you would have to know like a little bit of history to accept what the Kansas City sound is.
Oh,
You
shit,
know what I'm
okay.
saying? Because it's also a place where, we the middle of the map, so we breed a lot of, individuality.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Under the radar, but still so. But like, when I think Kansas City sound, I think grimy motherfucker, rah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
I think Can You Hear Me, Rista Factor. I think OG Fat Tone. You know what I'm saying? That's KC sound because that's like the roots
Okay.
of the tree. You know,
You said the root. The way you used
the roots. You know what I'm saying? Getting there. You know what I'm saying? Wash my hands
Yeah,
with it.
there it is. There it is.
But nah, like like, of course, I know everybody wants to be like, nah, this is what it sounds like, or this is what niggas is doing.
Right.
Really, I love everything everybody's doing because it's all different. You know what I'm saying? It's all different. But at the same time, that is like the sound. You know what I'm saying? And I want people to find like, a little creativity like back in that to maybe expand on that so it's not sort of a lost art.
We keep the
what I'm saying?
homage going, the
You know what I'm saying?
remixes. Okay.
Because it's good to mix and mash, but you
Yo,
need staples. You
that's
need those
actually-
staples.
It's not a bad idea though.
I'm ready.
Like Bruno Mars, can we still reference Puff Daddy? But like,
Ooh.
that was a thing. Please don't make that sound after someone says Puff Daddy. That's wild. But
Nobody's taking that no more. Let's just say that.
okay, all right,
I'm just saying.
go keep pushing. But no, like they really struck a chord when it came to hitting that nostalgia. So I wonder if KC is ready for that in its own sense of like harking back to certain tones and melodies and lyrics
Yeah,
that
a renaissance via nostalgia.
right. You know what I mean?
Like, it's something there. It's something there. I mean, eventually, I feel like, and this is what I don't want to happen. I don't want one person to just, make more money than everybody, and then be like, well, since he's the nigga, he got the money. That's the sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got your city sounds and you got your regional sounds. So it's like I love creativity because you never know where some shit come from. One of my favorite artists, Toro y Moi. He's a half black, half Asian nigga from North Carolina, and he be making chill wave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Pop. He play instruments. I would have never thought.
He goes crazy. I would have never thought he was from North Carolina.
From North Carolina.
Or black.
Or black.
You know what I mean? Like,
nigga named Chaz. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody, we're gonna stop.
Like, for real, that shit's crazy.
So look, we are at the point where we gotta pay a couple bills.
All
right. This one actually comes from our sponsor, our OG #1 sponsor. We wouldn't be here without you, Thrax Pastry. Nothing for sale, just a suggestion of where you can spend some time. This one is super easy. What's your comfort food? You've had a long day at work, had a long studio session. What's that food that lets you know my day is done and I am good?
Let's see. One of them. What is it? It's not an oatmeal cream pie, but it's like 2 chocolate chip cookies in place of the oatmeal cream pie. If I'm eating one of them, I'm chilling. I'm not really trying to eat one of them on the go. You know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy that. That's for me.
You fully relaxed.
You know what I'm saying? That's for me.
Yeah, that's like the coffee and newspaper type of moment.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I got some tea. You know what I'm saying? Fresh out the electric kettle. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, shit. This man a hippie, y'all. Look. But this question comes from Bargain Hunters Paradise. Every first Friday weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can check them out at West Bottoms Market. The question here is, there's 2 different shopping experiences. You have the mall experience.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on. People, sights, sounds, smells, all that stuff, right? If you go to a bazaar or open market type of setting, right? A lot of open space, a lot of things going on as well. What attracts your attention when you're at that open market? Is it the sights? Is it the sounds? Is it the smell? Is it the people watching?
Yeah, no, it's the atmosphere. It's definitely the not feeling like you're, in helping big business.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like it's like, you're like, I'm helping the little guy out, right? Look at us. Oh, baby, they make chairs. You know what I'm saying? They have chairs. Like
compassionate capitalism going on.
Niggas go to the Amish market. You know what I'm saying? Do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Amish market.
Man.
And they make some very good chairs.
It's not a bad idea. You made me think of something. All right, so this last one actually goes to a past sponsor.
All right.
Shout out to the Goonies. Dope ass individuals, great energy. They've always rocked with us, and they've actually been really, really supportive of the Mecca. So we gotta throw back to them. The question with the Goonies is, what makes for a good bad guy?
Okay. I like my bad guys bad. I don't like bad guys don't need redemption arcs.
Okay, there we go.
You know what I'm
got
saying?
you.
Don't need redemption arcs.
So just
Like,
stay an asshole.
Yeah, no, like the whole time. Like even when the hero's got you by the neck, he's holding you. He's like, "Come on, you don't got to do this." And he's like, spits in his face.
Yeah,
Do your worst, Batman, and drops him out. You know what I'm saying?
Uh.
That's good. I don't want nobody to be like, okay, you know. yeah.
All he needed was a hug and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like
bruh,
the love of his father is
we
all
went
he
through
was
all of
missing.
this because of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Balls to the wall, do it.
All the way.
Press the button. What she said, push the goddamn button. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. I like my bad guys bad.
You're a maniac.
Would you say I'm a Pisces?
Yeah. I resonate with you. I fuck with it. Can black anime save the world?
I feel like black involvement, black anime has saved anime in a sense.
Okay.
So, from now we've saved anime, we can, move on to, maybe
The rest of the world.
yeah, another, genre or avenue.
I like how you put that. I like that was a good fucking
You know what I'm saying?
spin.
Because I feel like, that helps. Like, people be like, yeah, no, I don't even know what you're talking about, black involvement in anime. But then, like, you'll hear, like, in that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you'll hear that the Jodeci outro. You'll be like, oh, so you mean to tell me no, these niggas don't know about niggas? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Was Piccolo a nigga?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Durag. He was always outside.
Always.
You know what I'm saying?
Always up on the hill overlooking some shit, just popping up out the blue.
Stayed ready, so he never had to get ready. He was always the first one, you know what I'm saying? Like, they would get to the planet, that ear would twitch, he'd be like, Goku, again. You know what I'm saying?
Shit's off, bro.
So, yeah, original black character. Like, we knew. You know what I'm saying? We knew. We didn't have to ask.
Right.
And then when they got to Namek, we knew that was, in a sense, Africa.
Yeah.
Like, we knew. They was like, oh, they got, like, the resources that we don't got on Earth, and it's in abundance. They Dragon Balls were biggest. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was breathing different on Namek. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to... That nigga knew. Akira knew. He knew, bro. I'm just trying to tell you.
Yo, I love it. This is fire. Okay, this is a part I call elevator pitch.
Bet.
What I mean by that is somebody comes up on Domineko. God forbid they don't know who you are. That'd be shocking, right? But what's the song or project that you would recommend to them to get to know you or to have an introduction to your sound?
Project, song. I mean, when I'm spoon feeding people
There we go.
I try
Okay.
to give them the best digestible thing, just depending on their palate.
Right.
So I feel like that just kind of different. Like if I'm fucking with some young niggas, I might spit some like some fast shit where I'm actually like some killing some shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit the attention spans can't. You know what I'm saying? Versus, I come across a nigga of your stature,
Right.
we chop it up some shit. I'm like, hey, listen to this ballad that I made about my dead dog when I was 8. You know what I'm saying?
And that shit would hit.
You know what I'm saying? That type of
Oh,
shit.
shit, Fido.
You know what I'm saying? And like now me and this nigga crying over Tank Sevens, you know what I'm saying, in the Irish pub somewhere,
Smoking stogies
Yeah,
and shit.
you see it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it with the vision, bro. That's all I be wanting niggas to do is fuck with the vision.
Oh, hey, this has been a hell of a conversation, bro.
Hey.
I actually had a whole other page, but
Hey, he said I got a whole other page.
Man, I was ready. Y'all understand how long I've been waiting to have this fucking interview. But I do got to get us up out of here. I got to respect the time and the space.
Yeah.
Speaking of space, man, shout out to Syke Studios. Shout out to the environment that they've created and put down here for us. Content creators galore, but you can make music in this motherfucker too. You know what I mean? But
the
look,
entire studio.
you can actually just come in here and be yourself and find good people and good energy, right? All right, that's my shameless plug that I'm putting in for the space that we in because we got to take care of our people. Here's a question I ask everybody. And I definitely am gonna bug you for another interview, so I'll probably be asking you this one again. When it's all said and done, when the project is over, when the show is over, what is it you want folks to walk away with as far as the Domineko experience?
I try not to really think about like the end of the road or the beautiful ride. I try to focus on the work I'm putting in or what am I doing.
At
You know what I'm saying?
that time.
You know what I'm saying? So I always would just hope to be remembered.
Okay.
That's probably as simple as I can keep it. I just want to be remembered.
They can feel any kind of way just as long as they remember you.
Everybody ain't gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't hate you.
Right.
Shit, and it was a couple more that didn't even know who you was.
That's just a couple.
Just a couple though. You know what I'm saying? They was sick that day. You know what I'm saying? They didn't come into work. You know what I'm saying?
Funny motherfucker, man. All right, bro. So look, is there anything else you want to let them know before we get up out of here?
Not sure when this is gonna drop, but Right Where You Left Me will be dropping May 1st. It's my first album in like 5 years. I really hope that resonates with y'all. Probably won't be taking another 5-year break for, the foreseeable future. Hope to really, make some new sounds and get back out there. Like I said, if you got open mic opportunities, if you have performance opportunities, hit me up. I'm just trying to find a love for it again.
Hey, shit, we right here. We right here to give you the love that you're looking for, man. So
yeah, no, I appreciate that. I was just talking to a nigga today. I only go where the real is. I go where the love is. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Y'all heard it. I ain't got nothing to add to that. Now, look, with that, though, this has been a hell of a conversation. Bump Jonas here, and I just talked with
Domineko.
Just had a hell of a sit down at Syke, y'all.
A.K.A. Dom Holland, A.K.A. Dominicholas Cage, A.K.A. Dom Waits, A.K.A. Dom Hanks, A.K.A. Dom Walsh, A.K.A. Dom Brasco, A.K.A.
Oh, shit.
Dommy Hilfiger, A.K.A.
Dommy Hilfiger?
Oh, okay, I'll stop right there.
You need a Kevin Bacon one. You got to have Kevin Bacon there. I don't know how you do that, but...
Oh, yeah, no, let me...
You got to...
I'm about to hop in his filmography tonight.
Think about that one.
It's on.
With that, y'all, as I always say, love yourself like you try to love the world. Do something to earn your place in the world this week. Just be some dope motherfuckers. Y'all have a good one. Peace.